Okay, my bad. Now, welcome to the Creative Mind. I'm telling you guys, I had the wrong time, so everything's kind of rushed, and hence why the production is kind of like, I don't know, a little loopy. But thanks, Shola, for letting me know that my mic was off. I hope now everything should be good. Video is good, mic is good, and let me just, you know what, guys, let me take a quick second, just take a sip of this coffee because it's been a hell of a week, and the past 48 hours have been hectic, so kind of need to just settle down a little bit. But as I was saying before, obviously you guys couldn't hear me, is that we have two artists today for this live stream because this live stream is going to be a little bit different. Today's topic is about technique, it's about mediums, and so we want to spotlight these two artists that are gonna help us talk about their strategies, like the way that they create the art, so to speak. So I don't want to waste any more time. I'm kind of rushed here, so I want to bring up Charlotte and I want to bring up Dirty. So let me go ahead and pull them up real quick. Give me a second. All right, so we see here we got what's up, man? What's going on, Charlotte?
Hey man, how you doing?
Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm telling you guys, it's a mess. Give me a second. Let me go ahead and fix that real quick and add the proper names. So special guests. How you doing, man? How was your Thanksgiving? Do you guys celebrate?
Yeah,
Mention it?
yeah. Spent some time with the family, wife's family, my family. Um, Out of the house most of the day. I've got a couple kids too, so it was a hectic day, but it was good. How about
Yeah,
you?
I know, man. I was actually quite surprised that you guys were down to do this live stream this week because I'm always like super last minute when it comes to holidays. So I didn't realize it was Thanksgiving until like the night before. And so I was just like, oh my God, dude, like I already know it's gonna be hectic. And for the most part, I try to get everything situated, but we had a mistake on the graphic that showed that it was gonna be at 1 p.m. PST. And right now it's like 12, so hence why like the madness right now. So yeah, dude.
Yeah,
But
no worries.
we're here. You know what I mean? We all made the time, and this is gonna be a pretty dope live stream. This is different, something that we haven't done before. So I'm excited, man. So and Dirty, man, thank you for tuning in and joining us, man. Because we did have another artist that was supposed to do this, but he wasn't able to. So thank you for filling that spot, bro, and just coming in to do your thing. I was checking out your art, bro. It's just pretty fire. This is the first time that I got introduced to your work, by the way. So this is gonna be
Word,
pretty
man.
interesting. Yeah, yeah. So how you doing, man? How's everything?
Cooling, man. Cooling. Just kicking it. Glad for the fucking opportunity. It's dope.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. I mean, like I said, usually I have everything super fucking organized, but shit happens. You know what I mean? So it is
Man,
what
I
it
don't mind
is.
winging it. That's cool.
It is what it is. No, we're good now. Like everything's pretty good now. We got the three screens, and I guess I know Jay had some notes for me here. Um, oh, both of you guys released a piece today, huh? I just saw that. Dirty, you released a piece that includes the physical, and Shaw, you released a piece as well, right?
Yeah, yeah. I released one
Mosaic.
this morning that included a physical, and Plumpa picked it up, which is dope.
Nice. Jay, if you can go ahead, man, and I know you're listening to this, go ahead and retweet those. If they posted anything, like go ahead and repost those, and then
Okay.
I'll go ahead and I'll probably pull it up on the screen here. But uh, but yeah, let's go ahead and get into the topic, man. If you
Yo,
guys want to,
forgive me 1 second, real quick. Let
yeah,
me just say what's up to Charlotte, man. What up, homie?
yeah,
What's
yeah,
up,
yeah.
man? Seen
What
you on.
up,
I think
man?
you chat. You jump in with Wetico in the mornings, right? I haven't been on in a bit, but
Yeah,
I
man.
remember the name.
Where it goes a household name in this bitch. If he's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
playing Kyle does, it's some bullshit.
Nice, nice. Yeah, so you guys are familiar with each other then.
I don't know if we've chatted, but I recognize the voice and the name from some of those morning spaces. So
Nice, nice. And Dirty, you're not docs, right? Hence why I'm looking at a canvas right now.
Yeah, yeah. You want me to turn it? I
Gotcha.
can turn it around.
No, no, you're good. You're good. I was just asking. I know this space is a lot of people like to stay anonymous, so that's totally fine, man. Um, but dope, bro. If you guys want to go ahead and let's start this way. Go ahead and give yourself like a brief introduction of who you are, like the type of art that you do, and then we'll get straight into it, man. So, Sholla, you want to go ahead and go first?
Sure. I'm an old man, 38 now. I got a couple kids. I found Web3, I think in 2021, 2022. So when I grew up as a kid, it was like doodling, sketching. I was never really super confident as like a pencil paper artist. I found like graphic design and stuff in high school and got really interested in that, more vector work and illustration there. So I went to school for graphic design and then didn't really do anything with it. Kind of life just happened and I didn't really get back to it, but I always found myself coming back to art anytime I had like some free time. I've always been drawn to it. So yeah, 2021 happened, got into crypto, Web3, and found Solana art and was just blown away by like everybody's so supportive of each other. I was like, holy shit, what is this? Like I was so used to like dribble and stuff like that. It was there's a wall there, right, with not being able to
Yeah.
communicate very well. So I found Web3 and then just started going and really staying connected. It's been a couple of years now of just sticking with it. Super inspired by being outside nature. And then most of my pieces have kind of a distill. And I don't know if I'm assuming as a painter, like, oh, you probably are aware of Mondrian.
Yeah.
I love that stuff, that style. So my focus for my work has been kind of playing on that a little bit and just building my own style on top of that. So that's my spiel.
Nice. And before we go to Dirty, um, I had the pleasure to kind of see your art develop throughout the time. Obviously, because you're part of one of the kids. That's where I met you from, and you stuck with it, man. And it's been really cool to see your progression, from the very first artworks that you did that I saw from you up to this point, and you're very much open to exploring, but you also identify your strong suits and what you want to be known for, right? Like your style. And so I think it's really cool that you kind of stuck with it instead of changing it to something else, especially in the space, with seeing different metas, kind of seeing, oh, what's working, quote unquote, like selling, and I think it's very important for people to hear that and understand that, like, if you have a certain vision for yourself, especially with your art, like, just stick with it, man. Like, just get better over time, and eventually opportunities will open up. And I feel like for you, drifting into the different mediums, and now you're doing, the stained glass is really cool, man, because that definitely elevated your work. uh Not just because it's physical, but it's like it's a whole new other medium that I feel like not a lot of people do, so I've tested it before. Like, I had a not a class, but maybe like 2 sessions with it, and it's difficult, man. So shout out to you for taking on that medium and doing good at it. I've been seeing those posts that you've been posting, and it's amazing, man.
Yeah,
So
it's been
yeah,
fun.
bro. Yeah. All right, Dirty, want to go ahead and give your intro, bro? Nice to meet you, by the way. Oh, your mic. Can't hear you. You gotta I think you might have your mic
Yep,
muted.
yep, yep.
There you go.
Yeah, the mic on
Perfect.
the shit is pretty bad regardless. But yeah, go for it.
All right. What's up, man? Want to give
What's up,
yourself
homie?
the intro?
Uh, yeah, man. I'm serious. Sholla's an old man. I'm fucking ancient. I'm like, I think I'm 45. Old school graffiti artist from Miami. I
Okay.
grew up in with the MSGs, Inkheads, just bombing in the era where there wasn't like a lot of like resource. We were just out there, and it was basically like banging and shit too. So we're out there fucking banging and just bombing everything up. And then slowly, the gangbanging type of shit went away, and some of the artists started to link up, and that created a bunch of really cool like connects. So then we would go out and paint, man, do murals, and just do random stuff around town. Never really paid for it, and then life kind of switched up on me, so I had to let go of art for a while. And coming to this space, it woke it back up, because for a minute there, I wasn't even picking up a pen, pencil, no cans, no nothing. You talking about somebody who used to draw like on a daily basis.
Yeah.
So coming here definitely opened me back up and allowed me to to express myself that way again, which I love, man. I love it. I'm a 20-year nurse, believe it or not, like a psych nurse with
Oh,
prisoners and
snap.
shit. And it was never my bag. You know what I mean? Like I
Mm.
did it because you always told that artists, artists aren't gonna make it. That's bullshit, straight up. So glad to be here. Glad to be able to create with y'all.
Word, man. That's really dope. Damn, graffiti, like OG graffiti artist. That's sick. I started in graffiti as well. Like I got into it at the age of 13, and that's kind of like what started all of this. You know what I mean? They started like the whole ODK, because at the time, I said the story before. It was just me and my boy who would tag and do pieces. Like we did like artistic pieces. You know what I mean? Not just like tags. We would also tag, but we were more focused on like that one piece for the night. And we didn't want to be like involved with crews, man. Like we didn't want to be part of that because, especially where we were at Rialto, crews are heavily, like um towards like the gang banging side, like it was
Yeah,
like
yeah,
party
legit.
crews and stuff like that, and we didn't like that. But like, yeah, we like to go to parties, but we don't want to be identified as one of these crews. So we just started ODK, which is One Dope Kids, because it was two of us. Like that's why it was like Dope Kids with the S, and that was it. Like that was like our thing. We're like the One Dope Kids of the town. Like the taggers, the graffiti writers, the break dancers. You know what I mean? So that's how
For
we
us,
got
I mean,
by.
we
Yeah.
had a lot of those same elements, you know what I mean? But like the gang shit, like
Mhm.
because of the era, of course, mind you, because
Yeah.
a long time ago, the gang shit came first. So like the
Yeah.
gangs
Yeah.
would pick up the dopest artists, and if they liked your shit, you got in, they protected you, and you would just bomb their shit everywhere. So like
Yeah.
for me, the Kings came and got me. I was a fucking Latin King, and I would
Yeah.
just bomb their
Damn.
shit everywhere. MOB, Latin King, all over the place. But and then slowly, I didn't want to get into the gang shit, but you there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When something pops
Exactly. Like
off,
it's part of
you
the
there,
culture. Yeah.
but I hated it. I
Yeah.
always hated that shit. It was never a vibe for me. I just wanted to do art.
Yeah, no, I feel it, man. But yeah, thank you guys for being here, bro. This is gonna be a special one. So let's go ahead and do this. Because I know Dirty, you have something there that you're gonna create on the spot, right? And then Shola, do you have like a finished piece that you can show or anything like that?
Yeah, yeah. I was
Yeah.
actually gonna. If are we able to share our screens here? Yeah, it looks like maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just gonna actually. I finished my glass piece, like a bigger one, and I was gonna
Okay.
share that and then kind of show kind of behind the scenes real quick as far as how I built that. So
Oh
Okay,
yeah.
well, Dirty, if you want to go ahead and get yourself situated, man, and maybe you even get started, and then we'll have Shala go ahead and explain, his finished piece, and then when we transition towards you, hopefully you'd be like, midway there, but at least right now the people can see you doing your work, live. So
No, no, absolutely perfect.
okay,
Shada, please, by all means, take your time. I'm just gonna work in the cut, man.
word. All
sure.
right, cool,
I'm gonna try to
Shala.
watch it.
So.
I'm gonna try to watch this at the same time, so I may be a little distracted.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's all good, man. This is, like I said, this is a first, so
Sure.
it's dope. So let's go ahead and start with you, bro. Show us what you did. Maybe talk about your medium a little bit, how you transitioned more than anything, and yeah, man. Let's go ahead and get it.
Cool. So I'm just gonna share my screen here and just walk through a couple things.
Okay, perfect.
Um, hopefully this thing looks like it's not sharing everything. Unable to share, persistent permissions.
Oh, here, let me see. Do I need to give you permissions? You know what you can do, man? You can, if it's not working, go ahead and send it in the private chat. Send the
Sure.
link, and then I'll pull it up and I'll share it for you.
Sure. Just send you a couple things here.
Word. Because yeah, I didn't know that I need to give permissions for that. I'm not seeing anything about that. Edit name. Nope. Okay.
Yeah, I can't share. What I think what I'll do near the end here, I'm obviously in a basement. My office is in the basement.
Okay.
I'll walk up and just go outside real quick. This glass piece, I'm super excited about it, but it doesn't. Being down in the basement doesn't do it justice. So I'll probably walk up and share
Okay.
that when I get maybe when Dirty's done here. But
Okay. Let
so
me
that
go ahead and
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
I'm
link
about
I
to
sent
pull it up
you is
right now.
just for my
Let's
site. It's
see.
kind of a walkthrough of
My
kind of where I
artistic
started.
journey. Okay, I got you. Um,
Yeah, so you just want to scroll down a little bit. For those that aren't aware of like what Mondrian did or his work, I mean, this is like 100 years ago, like 1920-ish.
give me
Um,
a sec. Give me a second. Just gotta
yep.
um, gotta remove that. Remove that. Okay. That way I can see and scroll at the same time. Okay. All right. So I'm about to go down. Tell me where.
Just scroll down a little bit more until you see that there's a box. Like it's April 2022. I think it's a little bit further. Yeah, this guy
There
right
we
here.
go. Okay.
So when I think I joined ODK stuff. Was it last summer? Last spring? I don't even
Yep.
remember, man. It's been a while, right?
Yeah, it's been like a
Um,
little over a year.
okay. So I had just gotten back into like I found Solana. I started illustrating. I was all over the place, right? I haven't really, I've never really had like a style. It's just been illustration stuff, vector stuff, and just kind of winging it. Um, and then I just started working on kind of a project of my own. And then I just happened to make this box here. And I was like, where the hell did this even come from? And then I realized it was a Mondrian inspired thing. So I started digging into it a little bit more. So it wasn't like intentional by any means. And then you scroll down a little bit, like this is an example of like what Mondrian's known for. Um, I'm one of those guys. I'm not a painter by any means, and I'd love to get into that at some point. But I'm one of those guys that was, I could do that shit. This is a bunch of squares, right? I could do that, like no problem at all. And I was
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna try it. I want to try it. I love it, what it looks like. So I actually started attempting to recreate this stuff, and it was a nightmare, man. It was hard. It was a lot harder than I had expected. So if you just scroll down a little bit more, you can see some of the early stuff that I was messing with. It was like nothing, not even close. And I was like, dude, this is horrible. Like I'm about to just give up on this. But
Yeah.
there was something to I've got a graphic design background, and it's more technical. You know, a lot of the stuff I liked is like clean lines, like newspapers, magazines, things like that. It's just got that style. So I stuck with it, and I just I found, if you scroll down a little bit more, Vinny Hager. You've probably heard that name in the space. He did this like crypto punk, and I was like, holy shit, man! I need to just think outside the box here, and stop just trying to do this square piece with a bunch of shit. And I think that's when I made an ODK. It's not in here, but I made an ODK image, and it was starting to use this to style
Oh, yeah, I
different
do remember
colors,
that.
the squares and rectangles, but it wasn't this basic thing. And I started to realize like I got to create my own stuff. Like it can't be a replication, right? It's got to be me somehow. So
Yeah.
I started to blend in some of this Web3 stuff. Like you scroll down a little bit, there's some SMBs. I started to do derivatives just to get an understanding, an idea of how I wanted to do this. So this is where the ODK thing kind of came in around that time.
Yeah.
So I know I'm rambling a lot, but like
No,
that
you're
was
good. This is
my
perfect.
process, right? This was my process of like trying to figure out what I wanted to do and how I wanted things to be. It took me about a year or so, year and a half to get to where I am now from when I started this, just focusing on rectangles and squares and color. And during that process, people started commenting and be like, this kind of looks like stained glass. That was not on my radar at all, man, like at all. And I
Yeah.
was like, oh shit, maybe I should try this out. Like I've always loved stained glass. I was like, well, let's give this shit a try. So I've got a piece that I'll walk up out and share outside. It's like 30 degrees outside, but I'll run upstairs and do this later.
Actually, I have here. Jay was able to give me a video. So if you want to talk about stained glass for like the next 45 seconds before you go ahead and get that piece,
Yeah.
we can do that as I show that video because it's you like soldering the work, I believe.
Yeah.
So let me
Yeah.
go
So
ahead
it was like
that up.
earlier in January, I think, when people started commenting like, this looks like stained glass, dude. And it was just happy accident, right?
Yeah.
And I actually found, I was like, fuck, let's try to figure out how to learn this. I want to see if it's any good and if I can replicate my work in physical form. And I found a local shop that actually taught this stuff and took some classes. And then I've been off to the races basically since April.
Yeah.
part of that was I I had a piece that was displayed. It was a digital piece, but printed basically, and it was on display at like a local museum. And I saw so much physical work in that place. It was really inspiring. Like I want to do more physical stuff. Seeing some of the stuff that you've done, like oh, with the painting, like I've
Yeah.
never. It's always been computer, iPad, things like that. And I was like, I want to try this other, medium and try to get my hands dirty, literally. Um, and it just, that's, I've kind of moved to that direction versus the digital stuff, to be honest. And I'm dirty. You probably feel the same. I mean, I don't know if you've done any digital stuff, but just with your hands, I mean, it's working with your hands is just, it's something different. It hits different.
Yeah, man. It is. It's a complete different experience, both for like the artist and like also for the work. So here we see you in this video doing the soldering, right? Am I
Yep.
pronouncing that right?
Solder. Yep. Yeah, man.
Soldering?
It's
Yeah.
hard. It's hard as hell.
Yeah.
Like it's so, I've heard it takes a while to get it. There's a science to it. So,
Mhm.
um,
And this is your first piece that you create, correct?
this is
Like this?
the biggest. Yeah, I created a
Yeah.
couple. Like I used a pattern, a pre-made one, and then I created some small thing for my daughter. Which didn't have this style to it. So this is
Mhm.
the first one. I was like, I'm gonna go all in and see if what I want it to be, it turns out that way, and if the style translate from, the digital stuff that I had been doing that you kind of walk through with SMBs and
Yeah.
stuff like that to this, and having to be unique. So I think it turned out great. I'll walk up and show that off at some point. But
Okay.
yeah, this is the first one.
Gotcha. Damn. Yeah, it's hard, man. Like I said, I did have a personal experience with when I was in college actually in Arkansas. There was an older lady who had like an art studio, and one of her main things was doing stained glass. Is that so? That's how I know how difficult it is because I remember even just cutting the pieces. Like it's such a delicate medium because obviously one wrong move you can cut yourself, right? It's a glass. Um,
Yep.
and I asked her, I was like, yeah, like have you cut yourself before? She's like, oh yeah, like, plenty of times. I'm just like, oh damn,
Yeah,
like
you just yeah. Yeah,
like
it's
all
like
right,
you're supposed to wear gloves and shit, but I mean, they just get in the way. So
yeah. But it's such
yeah,
beautiful work, man.
thanks, man. Yeah, it's like it was terrifying, to be honest. I'm a penny pincher, dude, and when you're buying glass, like, and if you break it, like it's
You're
broken.
done.
You got
Yeah.
to start over. New
You're
pieces. Like it's maybe similar to paint. I mean, you're paying for your paint, you're paying for your supplies. Like this was a totally different vibe than I can do Control Z and undo that shit. Like there's no shit breaks it. You cut your finger open. Like there's no Control Z on that. So a little more
100%.
stressful, but there's a different kind of release when it comes to work with your hands. And I recommend it for anybody that hasn't done, even if it's just paint. I don't know shit about painting, but painting and drawing with your, on a piece of paper, like
Mhm.
there's just something different about it.
It is, and I think for people who are viewing this, it's very important to just try different things. You just never know what that one thing's gonna really stick or like click. You know what I mean? It's like for me, it was actually painting. Once I had my brush on the canvas, it just clicked. I knew exactly what I wanted to do, so to speak. And it was just not flawless, but like the experience was very authentic, if that makes sense. So before we go back to you, show real quick, I actually want to show the audience like even just here, man. Like, look at this, right? So you go up to your early works, right? When you're first starting out and trying out this style, right? You see here, and then you go down to when you did this like Pokemon series, right? For people who've seen this and think about, okay, there's just squares, but like really look at these, like I wish I can show them side by side because the amount of growth between these two is a lot, man. Like here, yes, you have your patterns, you have some sort of understanding of your composition, but then once you get over here, right, after you've done quite a bit of pieces, you start to see how you start to play with your edges. I'm
Mhm.
seeing here the edge work. I'm seeing here they're not just solitary colors, but instead you have different tones, right? And then within the tones, you look at right here, right, where I'm pointing at, the different subtle textures that you see within only this rectangle, on the orange ones and like the red ones right here, like that. Those very little subtle details is what makes the work that much better, right? But for him, like even like look over here, right? This texture here is completely different to the texture over here, but you stand far, like you start you look at it from afar, and all of these still go in conjunction together. Like these definitely look like they're part of one collection, like one series, but they're all very much different in their own way. But Sholla figured out how to keep them in tune, and still have them. And the crazy thing is, you also included like these characters, right? Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle, and you can see it, right? Like once you're seeing it, you're like, oh shit! Like I can really see how this art piece is inspired by those characters, and so his progression here is eminent. Like you can definitely see that he studied and he just tried many different things, and he finally get he finally got to the place where he was like, yo, like this is elevated, right? You can tell this is way more mature than your first piece, man. So it's like, how far apart with this, by the way, Shala, like those
So this
pieces?
would have been about 6 to 7 months after the first one. So
Yeah.
and it's, I mean, just like you're like there's the layout and stuff, like colors. I mean, and it's my work like looks very basic, and I would admit that there's just a lot in the
But
background. My wife would walk up and be like, "You're fucking drawing squares and rectangles like forever, right? Like that's all I'm doing." But there's just something about it. Just I zone out, and yeah, the layout and stuff is just I really enjoy it. So yeah, it's there
and
was
to
a
be
light bulb at
fair,
some point. Yeah,
this is much more difficult. And let me explain why. Because you know this is your style, right? The shapes, and you're very limited to what you can really do, compared to other artists that are doing like characters or doing scenes. Like, bro, you're limited to shape, color, texture, and line work. And so with those things, you need to figure it out to like progress and create new pieces of art that represent you, but also look like you're having some type of growth, as an artist. So that's very difficult because you don't have much to work with. So, bro,
yeah,
it's a very hard path, but
yeah.
you're
I
doing
think
it.
limiting, like I think that's important to call out, is like not giving yourself every possible solution at all times. Like you're going to get paralyzed. Like I know I was paralyzed, and I've read that from others as well. Like you've got to be able to limit your tools, limit your color palette, limit something in there to give yourself a path. Otherwise you could just go on forever and ever and ever. So that's the way I kind of saw that, and have continued forward. So those are kind
Oh,
of
okay.
the first couple that are not, related. I was like, I got to learn how to do glass first. And
Yeah.
then I was over, not, I wouldn't say over confident, but it's like a 90 piece of glass now that I did. It took me, I mean, it's been months, but um, yeah, it's kind of where I'm at this point. Yeah, there's an art show I was accepted to, using that style, stood out. Like I think it was 2 out of like 60 pieces in the whole museum were digitally created, which was cool. But seeing that physical work everywhere was like so inspiring, dude. Like paintings and stuff is like it's a
Mm-hmm.
whole other level to me. I was like always being digital. Like it was just like I gotta get more involved in this. So
Yeah. By the way, man, this is really, really good. Like the way you set up this site, because look what we're able to do right now. Like we're literally able to go through your story and have these visuals, right, of what you've been doing throughout the past couple of months and how you've been doing it, right? And it's very helpful, bro, for like the audience, for people to understand you as an artist and kind of like your direction. So hence, like it's very important to have these websites, have something to show, a portfolio or something, because it really just depends how far you want to take it, right? And what kind of people you want seeing your work and taking you seriously, because these little things matter, man. Like just being prepared enough to like have some type of showcase work, in one place where a collector or a gallerist or our friend, whatever, it just wants to learn about what you're doing and how you're doing it. And I think this is very well organized, bro. So you're definitely hitting like everything, bro. Like I feel like you're you're setting yourself up for good things. You know what I mean? It's like I don't see anything wrong with this at all. I feel like how long did it take you to do this, by the way?
This
This
site,
whole yeah.
uh, I don't know. It's been on and off. It's probably a couple weeks of sitting down. Like, I think the hardest part has been actually writing, like writing about my work. And I think a
Mhm.
lot of people like will look back at their old work and be like, "Man, this is so bad." Like that's how I feel about that original stuff. Like you
You
gotta be
have
able to
to, man.
revisit where you came from, right? And it's important to know.
Yeah.
Like I'm actually making progress here. I'm not just seeing today's work and thinking that's okay. Like you gotta look back and be like, "I've come a long way." So
Yeah, yeah, it's literally confirmations for yourself. When you're able to look back and be like, damn, like although I think this is, cringe or whatever, because some people feel that way, like just look at the difference, and how far you come. And I think it's very important to have like those reminders for yourself. And so yeah, this is really good, man. Let's talk about this real quick. What is this? So
yeah, so I I did graphic design like 15, 20 years ago at this point, 15 years ago in
wow.
school. So that's like a magazine cover that I made. And I
Okay.
was actually found a bunch of old shit over I think last summer. And I was like, holy shit, man, this looks like really like the layout looks very similar to what I had actually been working on with these straight lines and
That's
it
twist,
just hit
man.
me and I was like, this is 15 years ago, like full circle, so weird. So I just wanted to kind of lay that out there and be like, it's just interesting. I think it's been in the back of my mind somewhere for a long time, and I'm just finally
That's so
focused on it
interesting, man.
consistently. So
That is a trip. The fact that you have that is pretty cool too. Because you can use it in your story. But hence like damn, like you were influenced way back without even really knowing
yeah,
it, right? Which is kind of crazy.
yeah, I
That's
didn't
dope.
really know shit about Mondrian or anything until recently. So yeah, it was weird. I saw, I was like, this is so strange.
Damn. You made that magazine cover, by the way.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was
Wow.
like a school project or whatever.
Chiodos. Dude, I actually know, like I've listened to some of their songs actually. So
Yeah,
that's pretty funny. Yeah. Yeah. I had a friend who was really into them and like Seosin, like Anthony
yeah,
Green.
yep.
So Circus Survive, all that. Like, bro, I listened to all
That
that.
was mid 2000 shit right there. Yep.
Yeah. Keep in mind, bro, I'm 33. I'm about to turn 34 next year in May. So, I'm not that much younger than you. But cool. Okay, we got to the end here.
Yep. 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 Yep.
Awesome, man. So yeah, kind of talk about real quick before we transition over to Dirty. Your direction, where you're headed, man. And then obviously show us that piece that you finished, and then kind of just talk about again like where you're headed, what's to come with you as an artist. In the next couple of months, like what are you thinking? And then yeah, that'll be it.
Yeah. So I just finished this big guy. Took me I think it's about 150, 200 hours, which is absurd to me.
Whoa.
And I think there's a lot of it's like learning curve, right? Like there's a lot
Yeah.
of learning involved. I think the next ones will be much shorter. I mean, honestly, for the next month or so, I'm just going to continue to practice. I've got some like holiday gifts and stuff I'm gonna make for family with glass just to continue to, improve that skill.
Yeah.
And I don't have like a next series type thing laid out yet, but I do have an idea as far as like 4 to 6 pieces,
Okay.
physical and digital, like physical or digital and then glass. Like how does that going to work? What is the theme of that? I don't know yet.
Yeah.
I want to start to incorporate some of that and share that skill that I've got. But again, I don't have like a theme. I think once the holidays are over and I've got some of that more of that skill built up with some of these next pieces that are for family and friends,
Okay.
then I'll move on to that. That's where my mind's at right now. So
That's great, man, because I mean, you definitely know with like ODK how long we've been around, like the different things that we've been doing and stuff, and just really setting ourselves in a place where we can continue giving back to all the creators have been showing us a lot of love and support, and enhancing the experience with artists and being able to do certain things. Kind of like, are you familiar with JT? What he's doing with like the
JT List?
Salon
Yeah.
Foundation? Yeah.
Yep.
So him, bro, like we had a space with him, and he really opened up that door, like what's really possible to do as like a brand, as a company, right? And so things like that, the things that he's doing right now, it's fucking incredible. And those are the type of things that we want to do within this space, So like having artists like you, like Durty, like Designs, like other artists that have been tapping with us for quite a long time. Like you guys are the ones who we're gonna be knocking on your guys' doors when we're ready and be like, hey bro, like here's this opportunity. We want to show maybe 3 or 4 artworks or whatever. These are the deets. Like, let's do it. So it's very important to that you guys understand that, you know, we value every single one of you, man. And, we really believe in the visions that you guys have for yourselves and your artwork in that direction. And so I know the team's small, but like we're here, man. Like we see you guys. I've seen your progression, bro. And it's an honor to like have this one-on-one and just kind of have this relationship building from where it started. And so I'm very I guess what I'm trying to say is like there's going to be really dope opportunities for you guys. Hopefully by next year, I want to say like summer-ish, just to be safe, but hopefully sooner. But we're really pushing towards doing really, really dope stuff for you guys, man. So yeah, shout out to you guys
Yeah,
as
that's
the
awesome.
creators and artists, bro.
Totally appreciate, like, you guys have been around and you're not going anywhere. I know that. So it's been cool to watch you guys continue to grow that. So keep sticking around, man. That's what we got to do.
Fucking, we're trying, man. We're trying. There's a lot of things right now that it's kind of like it's gonna put us in a better position, but like they need to be closed. You know what I mean? Like, I would love to talk about them, but like learning from this space and like how it is, like you need to be 100% sure that things are like closed and good to go before you
Yeah.
announce it and talk about anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at right now. I'm just like, bro, but it's like, nah, like just
Do it
wait,
right.
man, just wait. Just
Yeah, do it
close
right.
it and then we'll talk. So, but yeah, man, let's go ahead and show us that piece
Yeah, I'll grab that real quick.
for sure. Dirty, how you doing, man? Still, you over there putting in work?
Yeah, man, grinding, just trying to blame this motherfucker out.
Love it, love it. All right, we got you next, bro.
Cool.
All
I'll
right.
throw this up. Obviously, I'll throw some. I'll post this too.
Actually, let me see if I can. Before you do that, I'm gonna widen the screen. So, Dirty, I'm gonna take you off real quick, and let's give you the.
Oh, you there? There you are.
Yeah, but let me see. I'm gonna give you the spotlight. Okay, there you go. Perfect. So now it's like full screen. People will be able to see everything.
Cool. So yeah, not as good as in the basement, but so this
Dude,
guy, it's
it's
like,
actually that's big, man. That's a big piece compared to like the other ones that you did.
yeah, 15
Dude,
by
you just went for it. You're like, nah, bro, let's go ahead and do it.
like halfway through, dude, I was like, dude, what the fuck am I doing? Like, this is taking forever. This looks horrible. Like,
Bro,
so,
that's actually very sick, dude. That's wow. And so on the clear parts, there's still glass, right? But it's just clear glass. Yeah.
it's textured glass. Yeah. So I did the same type of thing I did digitally, where I'm trying to, like, down here you've got different shades of blue and you still have like this kind of pattern look to it. You know what I mean? So I was like, I've never seen that in glass. I'm going to try it. And it really carried over in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, this is the first one I introduced, like these waves, like curves, right?
Yeah.
I'm not sure how this is going to work, but yeah,
dude,
I'm
that's
super
sick.
thrilled with it. So
Wow, congrats, bro. That's amazing. See, like something like that, I have no complete clue of like how would you price that? You know what I mean? Like I have no experience with
yeah,
that
no
type
idea.
of medium and but you know what? I'm gonna do some research because there has to be some artists out there that, are just killing it, bro, with that medium. So, but yeah, it's very interesting, bro. Like how do you even hang that? I wouldn't even know how to hang that.
Yeah, you can actually solder like hooks to the back, but I've got a buddy that does some woodworking stuff. I'm gonna see if I can get a wood frame. I think it would look pretty good with an actual wood frame around it, and then hang
Yeah.
it that way. So
Yeah,
still
but you know what I
learning on
mean?
that
Like
side.
all these things are also learning curves of like how to properly frame it,
Yep.
how to maintain it, right? Like all of these different things that you need to learn as an artist, like because that's the medium that you're working in. So,
Yep.
you know, when collectors ask, you got to be able to tell them, you know, and give them the proper response.
For sure.
So yeah, man, that's dope, bro. I'm glad that you went that direction. I think it's a well-fitting direction for your style to really elevate it in like the physical worlds. And
Yeah.
so I
Yep.
wish I had like the soundboard, bro, to give you like a clap or something.
You're
That's
good. You're good.
that's something that this doesn't have that the Twitter space does have. But yeah, man, let's just pretend like there's like a clap real quick. Ta-da-da, you know, the audience going crazy. It's dope, Merle. I thank you for sharing that with us,
For
for
sure.
real. And let's go ahead and tap in with Dirty and see what he's up to. Hold on, let me activate him again. All right, Dirty, what's up, man? How's it going over there?
What's good, man? It's going.
Just going. All
Yeah,
right.
man, just going.
All right, you got the spotlight right here, bro. So
All
kind of
right.
talk us through about you know, your style a little bit, like how we got the rundown that you come from hard graffiti roots, right? But I also see you develop characters, you know, just seeing like your exchange art profile. You have very like art like yeah, graffiti-ish style, but it's a little also more on the cartoonish side. So like talk about that a bit.
Yeah, man. So legit. When I used to, and I appreciate that. Thank you. I used to run with the crews. It wasn't so much like lettering and shit at first. Uh, it was more my character base. So you know, crews would throw up. I'd have one guy like throw up letters, and then I'd put the characters to it. It was always character based for me. You know, I loved drawing cartoons. I'd watch cartoons all the time as a kid and just mimic the shit. And then slowly I started to learn the lettering. And since I started doing characters first, most of my letters, when I throw them down, they turn into characters. It's just I'm one of those people that I see faces and everything. You know what I mean? I look at something, I see a face. I see something. You know, so that's basically how it came to be. So those styles mixed in together, and now I'm doing this.
Nice, man. And your character is like let's talk about this character you're doing right now. You know, is it kind of maybe self expression? Like is that character you? Like how do you do your characters if you know what I mean?
It's that's rough. I wish I had like a really good answer. I
Mhm.
just kind of go, man. Like I'll start with a shape. Like with this, for example, I started with tape. Then I used the
Yeah.
tape to kind of go around. I had something in pencil, but then it kind of changes as I go along. Where the characters come from, ah, it just depends, man. It depends where I'm digging. It's crazy because Moldy always says, yo, whenever you draw characters, they kind of look like you a little bit, And I'm like, all right, other people have told me that shit too. But yeah, that's basically where the part of the bag that I dig from.
Yeah, you know, that might just be like again subconsciously, you know, same with Sholla. He was doing that style like fucking 15 years back and didn't even know it. For you, it might just be like it's just like that's just your style, you know, that's what's coming out of your hand, your head. So that the fact that it just happens to look like you sometimes, like, you know, that's just what it is, which is dope. So how like
Thanks, man.
what kind of things do you use for your art? You know, let's talk about like the physical stuff, right? Like
Right,
you use
right.
acrylic, you know, marker, you know,
Pretty
brushes. Like what do
much,
you use?
pretty much an arsenal of shit, man. Like here, I'll even pan you guys over a little bit. Like that's the bed right now. You know what I mean?
Hey,
All the markers, all the shit just kind of laid out, and then there's like a
okay,
little graveyard of other shit over here. Cans and
yeah,
whatnot. So it just basically depends. You know what I mean? What I'm gonna do in the moment. There's never. I know people talk about having a plan. I really never have a plan. I just kind of go with it. Different materials, like for example, hold on a second. Like this is a crazy ass piece where this is the one that I have the video on, the life book.
mm,
Where here, you got nails, you got wire. I set this thing on fire. This is a book that I had
shit,
thrifted from. Yeah, it's a book that I thrifted from a thrift shop. And it's wood. It doesn't open up or nothing, but I mean, it looks like a legit ass book.
Oh, damn. Yeah, it
Yeah,
looks like a
yeah,
book.
it don't open up at all. You know what I mean? But so I took this and I took inspiration from this. On this one, actually, I microdosed and there was a purpose. I dove into it and went to kind of a dark place that gave birth to this cool ass shit. You know what I mean? So it could be anything,
That
man. It could
shit
be
is
nails,
cool,
it could be
man.
wire, it could be paint, whatever I'm feeling, I just go for it.
It's get that's giving me like Death Note vibes, you know? Like if it was an actual book, like bro, that should be crazy. That shit's
Thanks,
sick.
man.
The font on that was dope too. Like you created that, right? Like the life.
Yeah, just I just wrote it out, and then after I wrote it out, just kind of gave it, the edges and whatnot, and dragged it out with the paint.
Yeah.
And then I took an air can with a paintbrush and then splattered all the paint that way instead of just kind of running it. So I would put there's a process video on it. I put
You
the
know
brush
what?
down and then hit it with air.
I think let me go ahead and pull that process video up.
Oh yeah, that shit is dope.
As
Go ahead.
that's the video showing the piece being made, which is really okay, dope. I'm about to bring up that video, so go ahead and just kind of like let me see that piece that you're working on right now.
The one I'm working on now.
Yeah. So right now, like what's next on that? Like talk about what you're thinking about doing next while like I put up the video right now.
All right.
Like what are you
So
thinking about
basically,
adding to it?
oh, you're good, man. So basically, yeah, it's I'm gonna go ahead with the line work and finish filling in the line work in the face and on the outside. There's not much to it, you know what I mean? Like all the I guess more the crazy shit I did when I was in the garage. I sprayed it down with spray paint, and I got a couple tips that I made to be able to cut the paint as it come out and just kind of cause a little bit of low pressure to the can, so I get all the splatters and shit, and they look natural. But after that, it's just going to be basically paint, acrylic, um, and locking it down. After it's done, I mean, it looks like shit right now, but after it's done, this is the piece that Plumper got, and it was basically the same process. You know what I mean? Same thing, paint, splatter.
Yeah.
I peel off the tape. After I get the tape off, then I go in on the character, and I give the character life. I'm all about bold lines, bro. I love bold, big black lines. I love this shit.
Hell yeah. Yeah, that's what really makes it pop. I got the video up real quick. Let me see. Let me bring
Go
it
for it,
up.
man. Run it.
All right, there we go. Let me expand it. All right, let's see. You got some audio on that as well? Let me see. All right. Dude, that's sick. I love the ending with the fire, bro. It's legit fire. Damn. Nah, that's dope, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
See, and this is why I love doing the live stream, bro, because like the production is just so much better. I can actually show the stuff while we're here talking about it and take like these little pauses to show video, photo, whatever. And it just makes the whole experience that much better, man. So yeah, dude, it's like
I
super
love it. I
elevated.
love it.
Yeah, man. Because think about it, like in the spaces are cool, but it's just audio, bro. Like you can talk about the stuff, but people nowadays need to see visual, video. Like it just enhances the experience. And we're getting better, bro. Like I'm like this platform that I'm using. I'm learning how to use it more properly every single time, right? Just like all these little things that I can use to like really customize the experience. So it's just a learning curve. I believe this is like our fourth live that I've done ever. So I'm thinking about like the 10th one, I should be pretty like, pro at it. So we'll see, man. But so far, so good.
You're kicking ass right now. This is dope.
Yeah, right. It's just like a vibe, bro. Like, and keep in mind, people are watching this right now with us. The only thing that I don't like is like that we don't have like an actual live comment section yet. I need to see what's up with that. Like there is, but it's really hard to like. I need to see what's up with that. Like there is, but it's really hard to like. I need to see what's up with that. Like there is, but it's really hard to like. I need to see what's up with that. Like there is, but it's really hard to like. I need to see what's up with that. Like there is, but it's really hard to like. I need to see what's up with that. Like there is, but it's really hard to like. I need to see what's up with that. Like there is, but it's really hard to like. I need to see what's up with that. Like there is, but it's really hard to like. I need to see what's up with that. Like there is, but it's really hard to like. I need to see what's up with that. Like there is, but it's really hard to like. I need to see what's up with that. Like there is, but it's really hard to like. I need to see what's up with that. Like there is, but it's really hard to like. I need to see what's up with that. Like there is, but it's really hard to like. I need to see what's up with that. Like there is, but it's really hard to like. I need to see what's up with that. Like there is, but it's really hard to like. I need to see what's up with that. Like there is, but it's really hard activate, or not activate, but just even use. So like, I don't know if I need to stream this like on another platform, not just X, in order to do that. But we'll figure it out. But that's like the only thing that we're missing. Because imagine people being able to comment, be like, "Yo, that was sick," and asking questions and stuff, and you guys will be able
Right.
to answer on the spot. Like, bro, that'd be dope. Um, but hell yeah. So let me see. Because you guys both have a drop, right? If Shola, do you want to go ahead and send me the link to your drop on the private chat? And then I'm gonna see if I can pull it up and actually like bust out like a QR code that people can scan viewing this, and it'll take them directly to that link. That's like a feature that they have here, so it's pretty cool. But yeah, man, I actually and Dirty, do you still graffiti from time to time, or is that done?
No, no, I still get out from time to time. I always got a fucking marker or a can in my pocket, bro. I don't care how old I get.
I love it, bro. I love that. Damn, that's sick, man. I haven't gone out in a while. Like it's been a minute. The last time I did, damn, this is fucking years ago, and I got arrested. I got caught. So have you been caught before?
Oh man, yeah, yes. We decided to hit a place called Bob's Barricades. I don't know if you've ever seen that. Like whenever there's construction, they have the
Uh-huh.
barricades with a little blinking light.
Oh,
So
okay.
we jumped into like the graveyard and hit every single barricade, probably like a few thousand barricades, bro, a few hundred, some shit like that. Crazy. And they circulate them throughout the city. So we were getting ups everywhere. It was great
Yeah.
until they they found us on video.
Oh shit.
And then yeah, like between word of mouth and the school, because the school ended up reporting, the high school ended up reporting that they knew who the graffiti artists were. They were going to tag us for every single barricade that we bombed. And mind you, those barricades are like metal and wood, but they're going to hit us for like I don't remember, man. It's so crazy, like over $1,000 per barricade. I don't know how many hundreds of them are out there. So they dropped that, and then it was a bunch of community service and basically taking down all the art that we already put up,
Damn.
and they let us go. It's just sucked.
And what happened? Like, did lock you up or
Nah. I
no?
was legit. I was legit. So it was a bunch of community service, some juvie
Okay.
time, and then they let us ride, and a bunch of fines too.
Yeah, that's for sure, man. I think that's why I stopped, bro. Because the last time I got caught, bro, it ended up being like $5,000 in total with like the lawyer and like the fines, and I had to go to like a class for like 3 days, bro. It was a nightmare. Um, and that was like kind of like the last time I ever did it. I was like, damn, bro, this shit was expensive, bro.
Yeah, you guys are ballsy as hell, man. I see that stuff. I'm like, this shit is amazing, but I'm too chicken shit to do something like that.
I duck and weave now. I just duck and weave. Pick my spot.
All right, we're gonna try this out, man. We're gonna try this out. Let's see. So, Shala, you have 3 pieces available right now, right?
Yeah, I just sent you a link to the series.
Okay. So what I'm gonna try to do right now, while Dirty's still doing this thing, is I'm gonna connect the link to a QR code, and then that's gonna have an image as well. So let's see if this works out, man. Let's go ahead and give it a go.
Hey, Dirty, is that spray paint on the background, or is that paint that you kind of flicked on there? I missed the start there.
Oh no, yeah, man. I took it to the garage and hit it with a few cans of Krylon.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, man.
Okay, let's see. Can I make that bigger? Let me see. Let me adjust it. Maybe if I just do image of one. Yeah, I think that'll be better. But go ahead and give it a try, Shala, if you can. So just scan the QR code and see if it takes you to the actual the listings.
Yeah. Yep, that worked.
Oh, heck yeah.
That's pretty cool, man.
All right, let me just update the image because I want to show. Okay. Oh, that's much better. Okay. Check this out. It's updating right now. Okay, so you see there?
Yep.
So now we can be maybe like this. Yeah, there you go. Much better. So now we have Dirty in the background. I mean, doing his thing. We're on the right, just chopping it up. And then right down in the center, you have um, your QR code with your release so everybody can see. I'm telling you, man, this fucking platform's sick.
Yeah, dude, this is a step up for sure. Like it's cool to be able to like see who you're talking to, right? Like Spaces
Yep.
is cool, but this is awesome, especially to be able to watch him go through this right now.
Exactly. So if I hide this, okay, there you go. It pops it down even further down. So you want to go ahead and talk about that? I'll leave this up for a little bit, and then I'll go ahead and transition to Dirty's drop, and then we'll go ahead and close out the live afterwards. So talk about Animalia.
Yeah, so this is my first attempt to use this new style that I started working with, and it's themed around the animal kingdom, nature. So when you talk about like you've got amphibians, lizards, birds, right? So I picked an animal from each area that really I felt some type of connection to. So like this one's a cat, Siamese cat. I've got the one I dropped today as a bearded dragon, which I had as a child. So I picked those, intentionally made sure the colors are pretty different among the 6 pieces. And it's basically a challenge. It was kind of a restrictive challenge, right? So I have an animal, a species that I'm basically abstracting here, right? So you can't actually tell what it is without actually seeing maybe a description and some colors, and then the shapes. So that was the idea behind this was basically Animal Kingdom abstracting a specific animal. So
Awesome, man. And I don't believe it shows the price, but if you can tell us the price, what's the price for
yeah, I've
those?
got it like 1.75, which is about $100 USD right now. The first one
Okay.
sold, I think right before Soul pumped at 3 Soul. So I dropped these down because it's newer. I'm newer to this space, and I didn't want it to be crazy expensive. So
Yeah, got you, man. Um, Yeah, the market's been wild. Like, I mean, what's sold at right now? I haven't really been keeping that
55,
much.
60, somewhere in there.
Dude, do you remember when that shit dropped all the way down to like 8?
Yeah, yeah,
It's
man.
crazy. I mean, I feel like everybody was like just wilding out, just like panicking, bro. It's like it's kind of it was actually kind of cool to see. You know what I mean? Like it's just like intense. But I mean, that's what we signed up to be, right? In this crazy space where it's just like very volatile. And that's another thing too. But when you think about it, like not only are we creating and having to worry about our brands and how we communicate and all these things, but at the same time, like we have this whole fucking factor of like the type of currency that we sell in,
Mhm.
which being crypto, which is just so crazy and all over the place that we kind of tend to forget about that from time to time until something crazy happens with the price, and they're like, oh shit, that's right. Like we're selling Solana, bro. Like that can go up and down any
Right.
second, like it just changes the whole marketplace as an artist, as a creator, as a seller. So I don't know, man, it's twisted. But I love it at the same time, because of that craziness. I don't know. It's
Yeah,
fun. Overall, I think it's fun, man.
it's like, how do you price your work? Okay, now how do you price your work in crypto? Because it's like
Yeah,
another
it's like a
element of
whole nother
up
thing,
and down
man.
for sure.
So I think it's just really dope that we get to experience that together, and really share those moments because who knows what it's going to be in another year or 2 years from now. It just moves so fast, and there's a lot of changes that it's kind of hard to like make plans past like 3 months because you just never know what's going to happen. So that's another thing to take in for people who are viewing that are considering joining any type of NFT space, right? It's just understand what you're truly getting yourself into, because there's a lot of variables that you don't understand, especially in the beginning of shit. There's a lot of variables that we don't understand, and we've been in the space for a long time. So just understand like that you're not gonna understand for a while, and be okay with that. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. But dope, bro. I'm gonna check these out. I'm gonna go ahead and push them as well. And now let me go ahead and flip the script and bring up Dirty's piece real quick. So let me replace this. Oh man, it's fucking dope because I can create many of these and kind of have them saved and then just go back and forth with one click. Um, Fucking game changer. All right, give me a second. What is this piece called? Dirty, the one you just dropped today? Devils?
Run that back. Oh, Deville, the one up top right
Deville.
here.
Yeah,
Yeah, Deville or Deville or whatever.
Deville.
Yeah,
Okay. And you dropped this on the Foster Marketplace, right?
yeah. I dropped it on Foster this morning.
Okay. And what's the price on that?
I think I had it running for 0.98.
Okay. Word. Let me. Okay, I got you. All right. So now we have
But
your
wait,
piece.
it got snatched up already though.
Oh, it did?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Oh, it was a 1-on-1. Okay, my bad.
yeah,
I
yeah,
thought it
yeah.
was like an addition for some
No,
reason.
no, no.
All right. Well, I guess I just teased everybody. Well, my bad.
It's all good. I'm gonna keep pumping work.
Damn. That's sick. Foster Marketplace. I've never used that before. Um, you mind talking about that real quick before we close out? How is
Yeah,
that? Have
man.
you been
Yeah,
using
yeah.
it for?
They're a good bunch. Well, with I work with Plumpa a lot. You know what I mean? And
Mm.
they've got their things set up kind of like Exchange. It's different. It's a different area to just kind of spread the love and spread the art.
Okay.
I've had plenty of run-ins with Plumpa, over different things on the phone and works and whatnot. And the guy really, he really sticks up for the artist. So it's cool as fuck to have somebody who vibes that hard, and I can talk to on a level. He's always around, bro. It's never like he's not around. So
Yeah.
they're a lot smaller, so they can kind of pay more attention. But I think that's gangster. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And as an artist, I know people have different opinions about, oh, don't put your shit here, don't put your shit there, bro. Listen to me. When you go fishing, the more lines you got in the water, the more fish you catch, right?
Yeah.
So if all
Nah,
these
you're right.
places are out there and they're not out there doing fuck shit, and you can put your stuff down and other people can see it, that just makes it better for you. So like I'm not promoting any of them. I just think it's good for an artist to just kind of like pop around and do their thing. Other artists will tell you, nah, don't do that. You'll confuse people. Stay on one spot.
Yeah.
I beg to differ. I do my own thing.
Nah, yeah, that's a really solid point. And I think I'll add on to that with if you're gonna go that route, I think it's very important to stick with um one handle with everything, right? Because when people search your stuff online, if all that stuff can pop up, on the first page with your name or your artist name,
Right.
that's ideal because then they can really see how spread out you are. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but it's like having like that online presence with like, having your name pop up with one page and it's like all your stuff. Like it just solidifies you for some reason, and people are able to be like, "Oh, damn! Like this guy's like been doing this for X amount of time," or they're all over the place. Like it just gives you like that status, I guess, of like, okay, this guy's serious about his stuff. So I would definitely recommend, keeping a handle name and just keep it consistent with everything. Your platforms, your socials, like your sites. Like try to stick with like one or two words that you use consistently over and over again,
Bet.
and eventually your stuff will show up, especially now, bro, with like AI. I was just talking to Jay about this like 2 days ago, I think, and I was like, bro, like look up One Dope Kids, and it was crazy because for me, Google was giving me like an AI response, right, and it was literally on point with the description, all the socials. I was like, what the fuck, this is crazy, which is really cool to see though. So we haven't been around that long, like for us to have like a exact detail explanation who we are, what we're doing. I was like, damn, but this is fucking insane. But also, again, it's AI, so um, it's not that much of a surprise.
No, and it moves quick.
Yeah, yeah. But all right, guys, shit, we're at the 1 hour mark, bro. And I'm gonna have to close this out. But bro, it's been a vibe, man. We're gonna have to do this again sometime because I like these like first of all, live stream, but second of all, we have somebody in the cut really just working on the spot, which is fucking sick. And it's just really dope to have more than one creative on here to really talk about and enhance the conversation. I think it's just overall dope, bro. Organic as fuck, and I think people really like this type of content. So, so yeah, man. Is there anything you guys else want to say before we close out this stream? Go ahead and do it now, Sholla. You have anything to say, bro?
I say thanks, man. Like,
Yeah,
and you've been around for a while now in Solana, and appreciate everything that you're doing for artists. And I appreciate you guys reaching out. I was shocked. I was like, hell yeah, let's do it. So anytime you need anything, man, just reach out.
yeah,
It's cool connecting with you too, Dirty. Like, I know we've chatted on Spaces. I've seen you on Spaces, but it was cool to, like, again, this format is awesome. I love it.
yeah. Nah, man.
Right back at you, man. It was dope connecting. I appreciate the opportunity. This is what keeps the art moving, and this is what fuels the fire, bro. So thank you.
Thank you guys, man. 100%. And for the audience, we do this every week. Apparently we don't care about holidays. So it is what it is. I'll be here. And yeah, we're gonna continue doing this every Friday. Every Friday we switch it up. So it's like if we're gonna have a live stream like this, we're having two people on. The next one will probably be just like one person interview style. And so overall, we're gonna try to keep it fresh, keep it live. And yeah, man, this is what we're here for. So thank you everybody for tuning in. You guys, Shola, Dirty for taking the time, bro. I'm sorry I was late, and much love to you guys, bro. You guys will see us in the space. So have a great rest of your day, man. Going into the weekend, stay safe, drink your water, and much love to everybody. So I'm gonna go ahead and close this out. Thank you guys, man. Peace.
See ya.